Liverpool wingers Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah were the spearheads of one of the most lethal attacking duos in world football, yet their partnership was not without tension. In 2019, an incident revealed the cracks in their relationship when Mane erupted in frustration on Liverpool's bench after Salah opted to shoot with his weaker foot rather than pass for a straightforward tap-in. Following this incident, Liverpool's once synchronised attack lost a little rhythm, with some inconsistent play on the field. But was there a deeper reason behind Salah's reluctance to let Mane shine? And did the manager, Jurgen Klopp, play a role in this silent rivalry? Here's the untold story of the feud and the secrets that lay beneath the surface. Roberto Firmino's revelations. Roberto Firmino, their teammate, shed some light on this in his book Si Senor, My Liverpool Years. Firmino was the glue in Liverpool's attack, often playing right between Mane and Salah. He noticed the tension between them long before the public outburst. Firmino describes how he felt their frustration on the pitch, saw the looks and the body language, and understood their dissatisfaction when one didn't pass to the other. Firmino's job wasn't just about scoring or assisting. He often found himself diffusing the tension between Mane and Salah. He had to make sure their disagreements didn't escalate. Firmino says this wasn't a one-off incident, but something that had been building since the 2018-19 season. His role was to calm things down and ensure they focused on the team's success rather than their personal differences. Interestingly, Firmino points out that Mane and Salah were never really close off the pitch. They were professional, but their relationship was mostly about business. Firmino hints that this might be due to the Egypt-Senegal rivalry in African football, but he's not entirely sure. Despite not being best friends, they maintained a level of professionalism that kept things from boiling over completely. Firmino was often the one substituted by Klopp because he was seen as the stabilising force. The manager knew Firmino wouldn't react negatively to being subbed out, unlike Mane or Salah, who might have shown their frustration more openly. Favoritism at the club. Since joining Liverpool, Salah has undoubtedly been the main man in their attack. He's been the club's top scorer and a key figure in their success, often seen as the go-to player. While Salah has garnered much of the spotlight, Mane has also been crucial to Liverpool's attacking trio, consistently performing at a high level. Yet Mane hasn't always received the same recognition. This disparity in recognition is evident in how substitutions have been handled. Despite Mane's consistent performances, he often seems to be the first to be substituted when Klopp needs to make changes. A notable example of this was during the Premier League game against Crystal Palace in 2020. Mane was having an excellent game and looked like he could even score a hat-trick. However, in the 57th minute, Klopp took him off and brought on Salah. Salah then went on to score 2 goals and provide an assist, overshadowing Mane's efforts. Mane was visibly upset when he saw his number go up for substitution, and his frustration was clear as he watched from the bench. It must have been particularly tough for him to see Salah come on and score the goals that could have been his. This pattern hasn't changed much in recent seasons. There have been instances where Salah has been less effective in games, while Mane has shone. Yet Klopp often chooses to take off Mane instead of Salah, reinforcing the perception that Salah is favoured in the team. Such decisions likely contributed to Mane feeling undervalued compared to Salah. While Salah's contributions were undeniably significant, Mane's efforts and achievements deserved equal acknowledgement. This imbalance fueled the tension between them, as Mane felt he had to prove himself constantly, despite his consistent performance. Mane and Salah's on-field relationship. There was an evident pattern in the way Salah and Mane interacted on the pitch, particularly regarding passing. Many Liverpool fans and observers had pointed out that Salah didn't pass the ball to Mane as often as Mane passed to him. As of 2019, statistics showed that Mane had created about 90% more chances for Salah than Salah had created for him. This disparity was evident in several matches, where Salah, despite having a better opportunity to pass to Mane, chose to shoot instead. Notably, the Burnley game, Salah was surrounded by 3 players, while Mane was in a prime position. With just the goalkeeper to beat, instead of passing, Salah decided to take a shot with his weaker right foot, missing the opportunity. To make matters worse, Mane was subbed off shortly after this incident, and his frustration was clear as he left the pitch. He had a lot to say to the coaching staff, and even while seated on the bench, his anger was evident. The AFCON rivalry. Mane was a pivotal player for Senegal, and his performances against Salah's Egypt were intense. In the 2021-2022 Africa Cup of Nations final, Senegal faced Egypt, and the match was decided by a penalty shootout. Mane scored the winning spot kick, securing Senegal's first major title. This victory was a monumental moment for Mane and his country, but a painful one for Salah, who had to watch his teammate celebrate a major victory at his expense. But the rivalry didn't end there. Shortly after, Senegal and Egypt faced off again in a crucial World Cup playoff. Once more, the match went to penalties. Mane stepped up and delivered, scoring the decisive penalty again, while Salah missed Egypt's first penalty, with dozens of lasers distracting him just before he took his shot. The disappointment was palpable as Salah saw his World Cup dreams dashed and Mane celebrating yet another victory. This back-to-back triumph for Mane over Salah in such high-stakes matches undoubtedly added tension to their dynamic at Liverpool. It's one thing to compete on the same team, but another to face each other in such critical international fixtures. Following the tournament, Mane even opted to cancel celebrations in fear it would upset Salah, leaving an almost empty feel around Anfield. The story behind the scenes. Their relationship behind the cameras was also telling. When we saw them on international duty, they didn't exhibit the camaraderie often seen from club teammates. For instance, everyone witnessed the bond Neymar and Messi shared before, during and after the highly contested 2021 Copa America final. In contrast, we hardly ever saw that from Mane and Salah. They didn't even seem to crack a smile when they walked past each other. We only saw Mane console Salah once after Egypt's defeat in the AFCON final. And that was it. Speaking of defeats, Salah's Egypt lost to Mane's Senegal twice within 2 months. Surely for a pair who didn't get along well on a normal day, watching your teammates celebrate at your own expense twice could have caused some resentment in Salah. And don't just take our word for it, we weren't the only ones who noticed the relationship between the two Liverpool forwards deteriorated over time. Trevor Sinclair, a former Manchester City winger, talked about a problem he had noticed between the two African superstars in 2021. He said, "I feel there's been a massive problem which is plastered over the cracks with Salah's relationship with Mane. I feel Mane is a huge team player and Salah is more for himself, and that's been a relationship problem for a long time for Liverpool." Michael Owen, who himself played for Liverpool back in the day, once suggested that Mane refused to go down in the box when he could easily have gotten a penalty because he didn't want Salah to get another easy goal. Even the Liverpool staff weren't deaf to these talks coming from the fans and the media. Jurgen Klopp had to address it at one point. In a bid to clear the air and keep the minds of the fans at ease, he said, "These kinds of stories, they didn't happen. I cannot guarantee it for the future, for all time. Say it will never happen, but these kinds of discussions never happened." Of course, as the captain of the ship, we didn't expect him to contribute to its sinking, so denying everything was very understandable. But there were too many indicators that the relationship wasn't as good as it used to be. Surely not as good as we expected it to be. The bigger picture. In other instances, two starting forwards would not have been able to restore relations after such a high-profile on-pitch bust-up. That's where Mane and Salah differed. Though donning the same shirt, the pair seemed to be on a mission to outdo each other in a way that produced only positive results for the Reds. Their complex relationship and desire to outshine each other inspired a level of performance that opposition defences simply could not deal with. At times it felt like other teams were a secondary thought. These two were pushing each other to achieve the kind of greatness few Liverpool forwards have achieved in recent history. All good things come to an end. After one Premier League title, one FA Cup, one Carabao Cup, one Champions League, a UEFA Super Cup, and a FIFA Club World Cup, their shared reign at Anfield is over. Salah put it best in his goodbye message to Mane when he simply wrote, "It's been quite a ride." Their journey together at Liverpool was marked by incredible highs and a few notable lows, but ultimately their competition fueled a period of remarkable success for the club. Even if their relationship wasn't always perfect, their combined efforts brought Liverpool back to the pinnacle of football, leaving a legacy that fans will remember for years to come. Jurgen Klopp could have played a more significant role in smoothing things over between Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, but it's all in the past now. Klopp has also said goodbye to Liverpool, leaving behind a legacy of incredible success. With his departure, Liverpool has moved into a new era under the management of Arne Slot. Slot's ball, a fresh and dynamic system, is being implemented at Anfield. Under Slot, there's a renewed focus and a new star who could potentially fill the void left by Mane. Cody Gakpo can truly shine under Slot's system and revive Anfield hearts. Find out more in the next video on screen, why Cody Gakpo is perfect for Arne Slot. Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.